Good afternoon, everybody. Hope y'all are doing good. I tell you what, man, it's a hot one today. I think I saw like 101 or something. So ready for the fall and temperature change. Ready for wintertime. That's my favorite. But I'll take fall. You know, high 60, low between 35 and 40. High 55 would be good. With this stuff, now, granted, this year hasn't been as bad as some. It's been a whole lot better than some. Oh, let's see here, folks. Well, didn't listen to any other podcast that I felt like I needed to talk about, so now we can start on our news stories that I was going to do yesterday. Got some doozies here. Let's see. First one up, good old home state of Louisiana. Louisiana man hijacks crane and parks on I 10, causing several crashes. How does that happen? I mean, this ain't no little crane. It says Matthew Vincent, 37 of Vinton, Louisiana, has been arrested for hijacking a construction crane and navigating it onto I 10, causing several crashes and a handful of injuries. There are no reported fatalities. How, how did he even get into it? It says on August 16, 2025, around 5:30 a.m., troopers with Louisiana State Police Troop D responded to Interstate 10 westbound near Louisiana Highway 108 after receiving multiple reports of vehicles striking a construction crane in a work zone. The investigation led to the arrest of 37-year-old Matthew Vincent of Vinton. Says its cables were hanging over the westbound lanes of I 10 and struck a passing vehicle. Following the initial impact, 3 additional crashes occurred. Let's see. The result of those were, see, 2 reported injuries, major damage to the crane, and significant property damage, and a prolonged closure of the interstate. Let's see. Troopers determined that at the time of the incident, construction work was not in progress and the crane was not being operated by construction personnel. Vincent fled the scene but was found and arrested shortly after and faces charges that include simple burglary, hit and run driving. How do you do a hit and run in a crane? Like, those things move like, what, 2, 3 miles an hour? If that? Let's see. aggravated obstruction of a highway, negligent injuring, criminal mischief, and pedestrian on the interstate. I'm still trying to figure out how. I mean, do they? I mean, do construction workers not like locked in, or he might have busted the window or something other. But do they leave like the keys and everything and get it started? I mean, this thing it's a pretty good sized crane. That is wild. Could you imagine? And at like five, well, so in Louisiana, it was probably starting to get daylight, right? But still, I mean, it'd still be dark enough. I mean, I don't know if he had any of the lights on or anything. Could you imagine if it was foggy? Man, dude, that would have been horrible. Like, what possesses somebody to steal a crane for first of all? I mean, I could kind of see like a bobcat or a little backhoe or something other, but a full fledged crane that they got to bring in on trucks to assemble at the job site. I don't get it. I mean, what was he planning on doing with it anyway? I mean, those things take forever to get where they're going. Eh, maybe he had a truck and he was about to load it up. It takes more than one truck, sir. The ones I've seen, I mean, like the boom comes in on one truck, the main body part comes on a truck, the weights come on other trucks. Know about people these days. Instead of Fast and Furious, it's slow and bold or something. I don't know. Dumb. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna stay in Louisiana on this next one. Being, let's see, Grant Parish Sheriff's Office arrested a Winfield Police Department detective for theft. Oh, Jesse Phillips organized a 501c3 nonprofit organization to help, of course, to help less fortunate children. Save a Kid Shop with a Cop was the organization that was understood to use the money donated to help children in need. Instead, the investigation revealed that Phillips was withdrawing the donated money for personal use. I mean, some people just do not have any morals whatsoever. Like you're stealing money that's supposed to be for less fortunate children, and you're a police officer or a detective. Excuse me. Still, see, Jesse Ray Phillips, 58 years old of Winfield, was arrested for theft over $1,000 and illegal transmission of monetary funds and malfeasance in office. Like, I wonder how long he had been on the detective or like law enforcement. I mean, 58. I mean, if he did it like right out of like high school or something, other probably didn't have that many more years to retire. Oh man, people ain't thinking these days, folks. Not using their old noggins. In this next story, we're going to venture on over to the good old state of Arkansas. Let's see. Former Rogers uh, psychiatrist Brian Hyatt, accused of Medicaid fraud, has been involuntarily admitted to a mental health treatment facility, according to court documents filed in his ongoing divorce case. A Sebastian County judge signed the administration order on July 10. Attorneys included it in an August 14 motion to overturn his divorce, saying doctors found he was gravely disabled with paranoia and manic behavior. The plaintiff's ex wife, or the plaintiff, his ex wife, statements regarding the defendant's mental health were true, the filing said. He had been exhibiting concerning mental health symptoms since a fall in November 2024, which were increasingly severe and exacerbated since April 2025. The divorce case began April 16 and closed May 21. And his wife was awarded custody of their child and the family home and other assets. Hyatt, on the other hand, was left with solely his clothing, a motorcycle, and settlement. Well, a settlement his counsel described as so one sided as to be unconscionable. Okay, let's see. the wife got the child, the family home, and other assets, which they don't say what those are. And then he walked away with his clothes and a motorcycle. Yeah, I'm going to say that's kind of one sided there. I mean, I don't know what the other assets are, but see, it says in April 2022, a confidential informant told the Arkansas Medicaid Fraud Control Unit that Dr. Brian Hyatt, 52, then director of Behavioral Health Unit in Springdale, was often present only briefly during scheduled work days and had little to no contact with patients. He led the unit from February 2018 to May 2022. Was later charged with 2 counts of violating the Medicaid Fraud Act. He was arrested in October 2023 and released on a $15,000 bond, pleading not guilty to the charges. Court records show an omnibus hearing is scheduled for September 12 with a jury trial to follow on October the 20th. Boy, that dude's really going through it, ain't he? So what I want to know is maybe his wife knew this and divorced him? Or I don't know. That's interesting. Or maybe after this came out, she's divorced him. Huh. Boy, that guy's in a up a creek without a paddle, as they say. Not good. Not good. I will have to say though, if she's leaving him because of this coming out, I mean, yeah, it might be one sided, but hey, I mean, he if he's committing medical fraud, dude, you get what you get. I mean, you kind of put yourself up the creek without a paddle. Like, and they always choose the worst things to try to get away with, like medical fraud. Like the paper trails and everything are like a mile long. Like I don't know how these people think they gonna get away with stuff. Oh boy. Let's see. For our next story, move on over to the good old state of Tennessee. Let's see. Headline reads TVA to buy energy from Oak Ridge Advanced Nuclear Plant to power Google data centers. Oh, joy. Get ready to say goodbye to y'all's abundance of power, people. Well, it's a nuclear plant. Who knows? It probably produces a buttload of power. Let's see. The Tennessee Valley Authority, TVA, will buy energy generated from a private nuclear firm's novel reactor to help power Google's Tennessee and Alabama data centers, making TVA the first utility in the country to make a deal to power from this type of advanced nuclear reactor. Oh, wait. So now nuclear is fine? I thought nuclear was bad. Let's see. TVA, Google, and California based nuclear company Kairos Power, I guess that's how you pronounce it, announced August 18 the plan for Kairos Power producing demonstration reactor in the Heritage Center in Oak Ridge to feed 50 kilowatts of steady electricity to the TVA grid, which is responsible for powering Google's energy intensive data centers in Clarksville and the northeast Alabama community of Bridgeport. The deal comes as demand for power has spiked for the first time in decades. Oh man, I wonder why. Huh. Woo! What's all of a sudden the spike in power usage? Everybody wants big data centers until they come in and then, oh crap. The deal comes as demand for the power has spiked for the first time in decades, driven by increasing use of AI and cloud computing. But let's go solar, people. Solar and wind are the future. Right. Of course it is. A joint statement from Kairos, TVA, and Google representatives say the agreement between the private energy company and TVA is a first for the U.S. Let's see, they say energy security is national security, and electricity is the strategic commodity that is the building block for AI in our nation's economic prosperity. Haven't we been saying that from the get go? Which, I like, most people's all for nuclear, except for those that are afraid of a 3 Mile disaster again or Chernobyl. Like, dude, we are in the year 2025. This isn't 1980 anymore or the 90s. Says the world is looking for American leadership, and this first of a kind agreement is the start of an innovative way of doing business. The developing a technology, a supply chain, and a delivery. And this first of a kind agreement is the start to unleash American energy. So, why haven't we been building nuclear power plants, and why have we been shutting down coal plants? You could just keep those running and build other energy sources. They have clean coal these days. You got nuclear. I mean, I don't know. Oh boy. But hey, at least they're finally getting around to using nuclear. Hey, that's a plus. It's always a plus. Of course, in about 5 years, and they'll get really heavy on the restrictions, and then pretty much make them useless. And we'll have to go find something else, like go back to wind and solar. I've never understood why did they all sign. Well, okay, maybe never mind. I mean, I know why they stopped, but for legit reasons. Why in the world are they starting to shut down coal plants? Why not just modify them to modern standards and still do coal plants instead of shutting them all the way down, sitting there for years, and then who knows how long it will take to get them back up and running. Oh, but hey, if they can do that, that'll be good. Let's see here. Let's see. Another. Let's see. Oh, yeah, so this other story says officers activated their patrol car lights and a Dodge reportedly drove out of a parking lot at excessive speeds and sideswiped another vehicle. According to officials, officers lost sight of the Dodge when it entered Interstate 24. Less than an hour later, officers saw the Dodge on Nolensville Pike near Elysian Fields Road, and it fled from a second attempted traffic stop. A Metro police helicopter was sent to track the Dodge as it fled at speeds over 90 miles an hour. The helicopter followed the Dodge through Laverne and back to Davidson County until around 1:30 a.m. when spike strips were used to disable it on Murfreesboro Pike. Officials said the Dodge lost multiple tires but continued to drive on the rims. Oh. Dude, why is that such a thing now? Man, like you see these videos of people just driving away on their rims. I don't get it. I mean, are they that desperate? Let's see, but continue to drive on the rims. A short pursuit was initiated until the driver, Senor Nahib, surrendered. Nahib allegedly admitted to fleeing from officers and to knowing that he was being followed by a police helicopter. Reports said the Dodge was uninsured and unregistered. Nahib was booked into Metro jail on 2 counts of felony assault, reckless endangerment with a vehicle, 3 counts of felony evading arrest in a motor vehicle, and a misdemeanor rioting. What is that? How do you have a misdemeanor rioting? I mean, if you're rioting, you're rioting. There's different levels of rioting. Just label it all under one and call it a good day and make it the most severe charge. And misdemeanor leaving the scene of, I guess it's the leaving the scene of a crash is a misdemeanor. Okay. Boy, that dude really got himself up in a jam for a little invasion there. Evading. Like, folks, you're going to get caught. You might as well just pull on over and deal with less charges at least. I mean, you obviously probably still going to jail, but at least you won't have all these evading arrest and all this other stuff on your record. That's going to pile more time on. And people just don't think. Oh boy. Well, that's about all the news stories I have for today. Um, think I might start doing like incorporating more, like talk about subjects. Like probably do like news stories on Monday, like maybe Monday, Wednesday, and maybe Friday, and then like the other days like pick a topic and talk about it. Just either it's whenever college starts. Goodness. If there's like a story there, or just like, you know, common themes like talk about like the differences between generations and like the boomers and Gen X and millennials and Gen Z and like how the differences between growing up or you know maybe pick a history topic to talk about because that was like my favorite subject in school was history. My worst one probably English or science. But yeah, I figured it'd be cool. Pick a subject, talk about it. Because I don't know how. Oh, I mean, yeah, there's always news, but like I don't know how these TV stations run on 24/7 news. I mean, a lot of it's pointless because they how do you talk about the same thing for an hour? I don't get it. I mean, to me, you should have like a 10-minute thing of news like every 2 hours or so, or 5-minute news. But yeah, probably gonna try to start that going forward and see how that goes. Should be fun. Pick some good topics about some history and just life in general. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today. Kind of a shorter one, but those are good sometimes. Well, I hope y'all have a good evening. And yes, it is gym time. Well, my gym is my living room. I got tired of going to the gym. I was like, I just want to work at home, work out at home. So that's what I do. Eventually, I need to get some more equipment, but it's good right now. But yep, I go take my workout. Forgot to bring my little water bottle in with me today. I'm gonna take my workout. Go hit the weights, and then go get me some protein afterwards, folks. Don't forget, folks. Work out, be active, get your kids active, and y'all have a good one. And don't forget, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and as always, comment if you want to. Always helps. And have a good day, and I'll talk to y'all later.